I found the photos on a Tuesday morning. Hundreds of them. All taken inside my house while I was sleeping.
This is Sarah's story, and it could happen to you. Welcome to If You Were There, where we share real stories from real people who lived through experiences that will make you question everything. Before we begin, ask yourself, what would you do if you were there? Sarah Mitchell, 43 years old, divorced and mother of 2. In the fall of 2019, she had just purchased her first home in a quiet neighborhood in Portland, Oregon. She liked the independence, the quiet, the fresh start. After 15 years of marriage, the divorce settlement gave her enough for a down payment on a modest 3-bedroom house. Her kids stayed with her ex-husband on weekends. For the first time in her adult life, Sarah lived alone. Sarah moved in on September 14th, 2019. The house was built in 1987. The previous owners were an elderly couple who had moved to a retirement home. Everything seemed normal during the inspection. No red flags, no warning signs. Normal things, old house things. The first week was exhausting. Unpacking boxes, organizing furniture, learning the quirks of an older home. The water heater made strange noises. The floorboards creaked. The basement door didn't close properly. On day 9, Sarah noticed something odd. She had bought a carton of orange juice on Monday. By Wednesday, it was half empty. She lived alone. She didn't drink that much orange juice. She shrugged it off. Maybe she drank more than she remembered. Stress does that. 2 days later, she came home from work to find the basement door wide open. She was certain she had closed it that morning. The house was old. Maybe the latch didn't hold. She didn't go down to check. On October 2nd, Sarah woke up at 3:47 a.m. She's not sure why. No noise, no dream. Just awake. She lay there in the darkness, listening. The house was silent. She was about to close her eyes again when she heard it. A creak from downstairs. She grabbed her phone. Her fingers hovered over 911. And then, silence. She didn't sleep the rest of the night. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. Nothing. She convinced herself she was being paranoid. She was exhausted. The divorce, the new house, adjusting to living alone, it was all catching up with her. The next morning, Sarah walked through the house. Everything looked normal. Kitchen clean. Living room untouched. Doors locked. Except the basement door. Open again. This time, she went down. In the far corner, behind an old water heater, was a small door, maybe 3 feet tall. Access to the crawl space under the house. The latch was unlocked. The basement was unfinished. Concrete floor, exposed beams. The previous owners had used it for storage. Sarah hadn't been down there since the home inspection. Sarah's hands were shaking. She pulled her phone out, turned on the flashlight, and opened the crawlspace door. The crawlspace was larger than she expected, maybe 4 feet high, stretching under most of the house. Dirt floor, cobwebs, and then someone had been living under her house. She saw it. In the far corner, a sleeping bag, a pillow, empty food wrappers, water bottles. Sarah backed out slowly. Her mind was racing. How long had they been there? Were they there now? She climbed the stairs, locked the basement door from the inside, and immediately called 911. The police arrived within 12 minutes. 2 officers searched the crawl space. They found more than Sarah had seen. And photographs. Over 300 photographs, taken with a digital camera through the air vents. Pictures of Sarah sleeping, Sarah cooking, Sarah watching TV. Pictures taken every single night for 3 weeks. A collection of items taken from Sarah's house. A fork, a towel, one of her t-shirts. The police dusted for fingerprints. They found a match. A man named Robert Hayes, 56 years old. He had a criminal record, breaking and entering, trespassing, stalking. He had been coming and going for weeks before Sarah even moved in. Robert Hayes had been the maintenance man for the previous owners. He had a key to the crawl space access from outside the house. When the elderly couple moved out, he kept the key. The police found him 3 days later, sleeping in a storage unit he had rented 2 miles away. He was arrested and charged with burglary, stalking, and trespassing. Sarah changed all the locks. She sealed the crawl space entrance from the inside. She installed a security system with cameras. She always checks the basement door. She still lives in that house today, but she told me she never feels completely alone anymore. Sarah's story is a reminder that danger doesn't always come from strangers on the street. Sometimes it comes from inside our own homes, from spaces we don't check, from people who have access we don't know about. If you were there, would you have noticed the signs? The missing orange juice? The open door? Would you have gone down to the basement that first night? Think about your own home. When was the last time you checked your crawl space? Your attic? Changed your locks after moving in? This is If You Were There. Every week, we bring you true stories that make you think, make you aware, and make you ask. If you have a true story you'd like to share, leave a comment below. Have you ever felt like someone was in your house? What safety measures do you take? Let's talk about it. Your experience might help someone else. What would you do if you were there?